Well, following on from the report, the intensifying trade war between China and the U.S. is prompting Chinese consumers to boycott products made by U.S. firms, including Apple's iPhone. Those switching are largely choosing Huawei smartphones to show their support for the Chinese firm that they see as being unfairly attacked by U.S. regulators. Here's Kim Da-mi.
Chinese customers are turning their back on iPhones, including a senior media representative of the Chinese government. Hu Xijin, the editor of the Chinese Global Times, tweeted on Monday that he had switched to a Huawei phone, ditching the iPhone that he had been using for 9 years. The editor said his decision didn't mean he thinks it's right to boycott Apple. Instead, he noted he chose to support the well-respected company Huawei by using its products. However, considering his status, there is a rising concern China may be in the course of promoting Apple boycotts as a retaliation against the Trump administration's blacklisting of Huawei. The Chinese editor also implied that he may completely throw away his old iPhone depending on how the U.S.-China trade talks develop. In addition to Chinese customers' growing disdain with Apple, Huawei users in other countries are also expressing their frustration with Washington's tough sanctions on Huawei.
No, this sort of thing is unacceptable. It's again the customer that has to suffer because of some argument the Americans have with Chinese companies. I think it is totally unjustified.
Chinese companies previously rallied behind the tech giant last December, offering hefty discounts to employees to buy Huawei devices and shun iPhones. Despite Huawei being locked out of Google's Android operating system under the new U.S. regulations, the Chinese tech firm pledged on Monday to continue to contribute to the development and growth of Android around the world. China's Foreign Affairs Ministry also emphasized its commitment to support Chinese enterprises by defending their legitimate rights through legal methods. Kim Da-mi, Arirang News.
Meanwhile, President Xi Jinping's recent visit to a rare earth facility has fueled speculation that the strategic materials could be used as a retaliation measure as the trade war heats up and weaponized in China's tit-for-tat with the U.S. on trade. Now, Xi's visit was accompanied by Liu He, the vice premier who led the Chinese side in the trade negotiations with Washington. The U.S. relies on China, the dominant global supplier, for about 80% of its rare earth imports.